This is your daily market review for Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a good day. The inflection point looks like it's upon us. The wave is cresting, whatever you want to call it. The first and last 3 business days of the month are coming to an end. You had the markup in tech, and it looks like you're about to see the profit taking start, in my opinion. A lot of variables, a lot of things going on with the market. So please stick around, watch the whole review, because again, we are evidence-based probability traders. We're not just randomly guessing. We're trying to use levels, repeating patterns, seasonality, all sorts of things, especially longer dated charts, to anticipate the traps, the moves, the bigger moves. Again, day traders love it, hard to do and be sustained, but swing trading is the bread and butter, milk and cookies, whatever you want to call it, of sustained big wealth. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Join the Discord room. A link is in the description below. And on that note, let's get into it. Twitter, hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. Posting a lot of what I'm seeing that's more relevant to the market. Again, market's not cheap, rising credit card default rates. I mean, all sorts of things going on, right? U.S. bank rate deposits. We're not out of the woods yet. The feds can try to stimulate and do all they need to do, but at this rate, as we get more into the data, it looks like the feds, again, potentially going to raise rates, but even if not, the market knows the recession is coming based on the TLT, some of the other stuff, but we'll see. Again, the world is the problem here too. Keep in mind, Europe, Asia, OPEC does not do huge big cuts in production unless they see sustained drop in demand coming. Keep that in mind. Again, it's like when the feds cut rates, they're anticipating the market and the economy getting worse. That's why they're doing it. OPEC kind of tipped the hand on what's going on overseas. All right, if you're new to the channel, newer to learning, back to basics. Again, like, subscribe, follow. I appreciate it. Again, anybody who subscribes, follows, pays attention. Again, you get what you give. If you give effort into this channel, I promise you'll get effort from me to help you learn. That's what I do. I love helping and teaching because I know what it's like to be on the wrong side of trading for many years, off and on, up and down, playing the roller coaster. Everything is not for naught, right? Learn from your mistakes or learn from mine. Check out the Dove Trading Agent website. Again, I have all of the videos and what approximate order from beginner to more advanced. Check out the daily reviews, obviously. Please, if you're interested, subscribe. I'm trying to build up the kind of the newsletter. And again, I'll only send it out to important things. Try to get people, who, again, if you're interested in more information that maybe you're not going to be a Discord or you're not going to watch YouTube every night. I'm, again, debating how to work on this. But again, sign up. We'll figure out the kinks. Again, I'm not going to be spamming people. I have no desire to do anything other than help people out. And also too, in one of the emails, it says, again, if you're involved in the channel, you will never get a request for crypto, money, doing anything snaky, shady. People love to try to imitate, mimic, recreate my content, and then ask for money. The internet is full of scammers, as we know. Be careful out there. Again, hit me up if you have any questions. Let's check out CME futures, expecting rate hike, and a pause, 50-50 right now. Right now, you don't see odds for a cut. Just keep that in mind. Bitcoin, high and tight, isn't necessarily bearish, but we are stuck. We are stuck in the range, path of range. You do you, boo, whatever. I mean, I personally think kind of similar to gold, similar with dollar. I've said this theory, and I'll just rehash it again. I think the Feds are in a pickle here. They need to kill inflation. They need to get inflation down. They want to get money to come out of the market. They want to come out of risky assets to try to get treasuries down. So eventually when the government tries to stimulate, hopefully they have lower interest rates. They can fund it, because that's what's going to be the problem here is higher interest rates are screwing up the fiscal budgets everywhere. So the best thing for the Feds, central banks to do is try to what? Get interest rates lower by what? Beating the crap out of inflation, deflation. Again, because once it anchors in, it's almost impossible to rip out quickly. So again, have the Feds ever navigated a soft landing? If you don't know the answer to it, they're over. Never navigated a soft landing once raising rates quickly. Always a recession follows. Are we in a recession yet? No. On paper, no. GDP is not negative yet. So Oil. We talked about this gapping up on what? OPEC cutting supply. Watch the 3-day range because this is interesting. We're back testing ranges. Oil can't rise. It's telling you something else. Nat gas, again, every day until I stop getting questions. Nat gas, no one will argue it's cheap. No one's going to argue that. That's just stupidity. But does it mean it can chop and go nowhere and there's better opportunities in trades? That's where the argument goes into my thinking that, yes, I'd rather move on to something else, like stocks, tech, shorting tech. The dollar said yesterday with unequivocal abundance of voice, try to get people to pay attention. We are at a big area. Big area. I know we made a new low. But what did I say? Watch what happens with this line here in the gap. If we don't fill this gap, and the dollar's bottoming here, I know the volume's not great, but it could be stopping power and it's supportive, right? Think about all the buyers from here. Zoom out. Again, as I've always said, the Fed's goal is to try to maintain reserve status. Well, how are they going to do that, right? They got to get the dollar going higher. They also need bonds to get bought. Well, guess what? Slowing economy, money is moving out of banks into money market accounts, into higher yielding accounts. And also, they want them to buy treasuries with these yields, 3, 4, 5%. People are like, screw this. I want stability. We think a recession's coming. Well, today's action, I see a big basing pattern, right? We've talked about this. Higher lows, chopping. Can we get the higher high? Watch the 109s. Now, there's some big bets out there that treasuries are going higher. It makes sense. Keep in mind, the short interest in treasuries is huge. Huge with the capital Y. Get over the 618, you got upside. The VIX, chopping. Again, people are talking about the market pulling back. It's like, the VIX hadn't even started that song and dance. It's just basing here. Not surprised. Sometimes it does this. I personally think it's going to go soon. Remember, years ending in 3 have scary March, Aprils. Well, it's maybe even May. Sell in May, go away. We'll see. As I've said 1,000 times, go do your research. When is a bear market bottom with the VIX in the 30s? Never. So again, just a matter of time, in my opinion. SPY. Talked about the outside reversal candle. Today, a little doji. Okay, that's fine. You coming off the highs, we all want the straight line moves, but you see this crap a lot, right? Here's last March. You start looking like it's going to go. You kind of indecision, then you go, and then you go. You see what I mean? It's going to go when it's going to go. If you're careful and smart, you look at this, potentially head and shoulders top. You look at the weekly, the monthly, which we've done on every recap. I'm not going to do it again. That's your job. Go watch the previous ones. We are at resistance up here. Zoom out. When in doubt. QQQ, we talked about professional gap today. Oh, crap. Now, again, 20-month, weekly, zoom out. You're up against resistance. Now, the resistance on the daily is different than the weekly, right? Monthly. Here we are. Is this a professional gap? Move is done. Volume increasing. Something's wrong here. Again, go look at the headline. Samsung, 14-year low in profits. Semiconductor glut. Apple, Tim Cook, all the C-suite selling millions, 50 million, whatever, $1 million worth of stock in the last couple weeks. Foxconn reported their earnings, not good. A lot of geopolitical stuff. I'm telling you right now, this tech is the easiest short in my opinion. IWM, we talked about it lagging. Look at yesterday's candle. We were like, oh, that's game over. Watch it Q's SPY up here. IWM way down here. Lagging. DIA up. FedEx had some interesting news. But if you watched FedEx today, I'll pop up that chart here in a second. It doesn't look like good. Coming up against resistance here. Clear as day. 3-day range. Watch it. Gold. As I've said, I'm happy gold goes higher, but I am waiting for the baby thrown out with the bathwater. I'm getting a lot of visceral frustration with people you have to say you're going long gold, silver. And it's like, no, I don't chase, silly. I don't chase. Now, again, I've always said that I'm always bullish because I own precious metals. And so we talked about the bottom here in November. Go watch the videos. We had the up trade going, took it off. Now back up near the reference highs. I don't know if I trust it. Again, if I'm the Feds, and again, they know gold is like an indicator for inflation and how they're doing. They're going to try to play games. Silver, congrats, broke out, filling some gaps. It's about time it caught up. Keep an eye on it because this candle could be Sneaky. Distributive. High volume at the highs, high volume at the lows. Got to be careful. We'll see. Again, either way, I'm not shorting this stuff. GDX, people getting pretty nutty about it. Up against the 200 month. Up against some old fibs on the weekly monthly. Breaking over the important as heck zone here. Let me see if you can see it on the... let me pull it up on the week because I show the monthly a lot. Let me pull up my weekly. My weekly. Your weekly. Our weekly. Right? Here's the 0.382. Again, another zone of resistance. Straight line move. I mean, 26 to 34. It's a good move. If you have profits, you don't take any, and you think it's going higher, at least trail stop it. Because if you don't know what happens, if the market implodes, the VIX spikes, miners do not garner protection. More times than not, they get sold with the market. GDXJ, same kind of thing, coming into the 50-month, coming into some major resistance. If it goes, it goes. AG, I loved what they did when they said they're cutting production. Glad it rallied. Talked about this being like a novice gap trap. Well, now you're chopping around. I still don't think it's there yet. I've personally said check out the monthly. At some point, I don't know how they're going to get it down here. I feel like we're coming into the 5 range at some point. That's all I have to say. Moving right along. AEM up again, up against the 55, 56 level. Coming into the old highs at the 50-month range. Again, if you check out the monthlies on this area right here is the monthly body, and this is like the wick. Keep an eye on it. Keep on this. Again, multiple months of resistance up here. Don't need to go through it every time. Newmont, 52s. Okay. Filling the gap. We talked about it. Probably would fill the gap at some point, right? Gapper filled. Now what? Keep an eye on it. PAAS. Talked about it. Breaking the downtrend, but getting stuck in the 18-19 range. Keep an eye on it. Tech. I'm warning folks. This is going to get ugly at some point. AM Dizzle. Trying to break the 20-day. Is this a professional gap? You better watch that. Because if it does, it typically goes much slower once it breaks the 20-day on a professional gap. Seen this many times. It can bounce back and play games. We all know. We all know AMD, but then sometimes it's just game over. Just keep an eye on it. I personally think the semis are done. Micron. Talked about what? Range highs, professional gap, failing. Now it makes a new low and rallies back a little at the end of the day. I saw that. Light volume. Okay, cool. I mean, it's work off some of the oversoldness near term. Taiwan semi, as I tell people, I think this is an easy short. Breaking the 20-day. Look out below. Because this is the thing, the 50, 20-day chop, whatever. Here comes the 100-day. Here comes the 100. Because once the 100-day breaks, like, do the math. Always zoom out. Once it can get under the 100-day, it can get ugly. Ugly gorilla. And, if you know Congo, that movie, the monkey, you'd speak with that little microphone transmitter or whatever. Anyway, NVIDIA. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? This is a pro gap. We've talked about this. Overbought. Trading at stupid valuations. Again, fundamentals out the windows. Technicals out the window. Just going on a straight ripper. Everybody buying. All in. It looks ready to get what? Smoked. Intel. We talked about hitting the weekly trend line. Right? Oops. Upside target. I don't know why I put it there. Yeah. Gone. My opinion. SMH. Professional gap. Again, another professional gap. Holding the 20-day. Better hold the 20-day. 50 days right there below it. That's what I'd be watching. If it flops that, arrivederci, adios, sayonara. Adobe. Chopping. Talked about this 0.618, this area here. It matters. Apple. People say, it should be down 5 points today. Give it time. It does this. Remember, if it chops at the top, it can drop just as easily as if it doesn't chop. I mean, this looks like the pro gap. Now, I know it held the 8-day, 10-day. That's fine. But at these levels, now it's coming out that everybody's selling the stock. I'd be curious to see if it holds up. I don't think it is, honestly. I've got puts on it. Whatever. Be safe. Amazon, talked about getting stuck here in the 100 to 105 range. You're welcome if you took the trade. Look at that red bar engulfing. Last 4 days. 8-day. Better hold. CRM, we talked about 200 being an important area. If you go check out the weekly, monthly. All right, I'll just pull the weekly up for the snike of it, schnitz of it. Major area. Look at that. Again, I don't know if I'd short CRM because, again, I think they could always get bought out. Man, maybe I don't know how big they are now, but still, I think showing you weakness. Guggenheim, talk about making their own chips, competing with Intel, yada, 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 whatever. Who cares? Apple's making their own chips. Open high, close low, long wick. Keep an eye on it. Meta. Feel like a broken record saying that at some point this is toast. Well, is it cresting? Remember, when you zoom out, you see you're at major resistance. I don't need to do it every day. Microsoft, nice work, Jay. Solstice hitting the 290. I like it. Break the 8 and 10 day, 20 day, 50 day, 618. I mean, this thing's got ample room to run down. NDAQ, as we talked about, this is always a short on pops, in my opinion, over time, because, again, volume is coming out of the NASDAQ exchanges. It's going to be going elsewhere. Money's not destroyed. It just rotates. Well, in my opinion, nobody's going to be trading the NASDAQ in time because those companies are going to be dinosaurs. MicroStrategy, interesting. Look at the action. Breakout, pull back. Keep an eye on it. Netflix. We talked about it. Backside of the trend line in this important little range here on the daily. Again, not incredibly, but, there's some VAP up here. Some VAP. What up, VAP? Now what? Keep an eye on this. Take out today. Anything, again, if it takes out today's lows, making lower lows, not bullish. Roadblocks. Looks like it's in a breakout. Chopping around. Keep an eye on it because that thing could flop. Tesla. Everybody and their mom loved it last week. Still think it's trash. Good luck. I mean, you've already gone 207. I mean, you've already dropped 20-something, 23, 24 points. Not good. Not good. Does not look good. Not look good. It looks like the rolling M top. Here it is. One M side. Here's the other M side. Ooh. Look out below. What did we talk about the last couple days with materials? Why are they not acting so well? Well, again, still not acting that great. Big red inside, holds that near the lows. Doesn't really look that good. It just looks like a pause. X, same thing. Big smash. No lift. Caterpillar. Talked about this one. Making new lows. 200-day. Watch out. And again, if you know why, and this is why you got to love zooming out. Like, look where it bounced. We talked about this bouncing. In 4 weeks. Consolidate to go what? Looks like lower. Arrow, copper, VALE. Rewind. VALE. 200-day. Watch it. Keep an eye on it. If it breaks, again, a lot of these names look suspect. Arrow. It's been holding up. Copper, right? What did we say about this candle at the highs? Dangerous. Danger. Steve Irwin, danger. Don't get stung by the stingray with the long tail. Keep an eye on it. Watch the 20-day. This doesn't look right. That looks very distributive at the highs. Excuse me if that was not PC, but I don't know. Got to try to make fun of everything in life. I imagine if something like that ever happens to me, you guys can make jokes about me. I won't roll over in my grave. I will hopefully be in a better place. Hey, CCJ. Anyway, back this. Here you go. Everyone's getting excited about it. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. CF holding the 70s for now. 20-day compressing. Again, I like these names, but I think at some point when the baby goes out with the bathwater, we'll scoop these up. Mosaic, 20-day. I mean, they all don't look terrible. NTR, man, interesting. The 20-day again backs off. Back at range lows. Aaron. Talked about this one. Aluminum not looking so hot. Man, you're at range lows. 39s break. Adios. XLF, we talked about getting up into 32s. Oh, but it opened low, closed high. Still the 20-day. Little inside day. JP Morgan. They better get their interest rates up on their savings or people are running for the exits. Interesting. 20-day. Okay. 200-day. Chopping around. Mosaic. Or not, but Morgan Stanley. Blah, 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 blah. Back near range lows. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Schmacks. Pops up the old 618er. Backing off. Again, none of these names really look that good. XBI. Everybody was getting pretty excited about it. Up $1 at one point. Hits the 28. XBI should be up here. It's down here. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. Solar. You're welcome. I told y'all this was crap at some point. Man, it's been pretty choppy. Chops over tan, over Fed day range highs. Then people start downgrading. It's like, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. All right, here you go. As I said, I think ENPH is crap. 20, 50 day. Again, zoom out. It looks like it has plenty of room for descent. Sedgerton gets an upgrade. Burnt. First Solar breaks the 20-day. Congratulations if you shorted this. I know this is really hard. But look where it's bouncing, a little trendy. But it looks like an M topper. Love it. Oil. Again, I don't even know why you look up USO, but whatever, 3-day range. UNG, gosh, don't even look at it. Just makes new lows, natural gas, but the volume's increasing, and it's still going lower. Dangerous. XOP. We talked about this one being rather interesting, because again, it popped up, right, with the OPEC. Kind of getting into some resistance up here. Gives it back inside day. Again, watch what happens when the gap fills. It feels like it is going to fill. ExxonMobil gets back up. It's chopping up near the range highs. Trying to get over. This is the monthly long-term monster trend line. If you don't know, I'll show my cards. Nothing to hide here. We are there. Wide and loose on it. Is it about to break out or is it about to break down? Good question. I mean, there's probably a trade there. Occidental again. Buffett knows. But again, he doesn't mind it dropping when he's selling cover calls and the VIX spikes. People act weird when they hear about it. Okay. Watch the zone in the 67 range. Could it go higher? Tough to know. PX Dizzle bounced as it should, making lower lows, lower highs after the gap up. Doesn't that look that exciting? EQT chopping. The stock is dead money, stuck in the big stuck range. The big stuck range. Not first. Flex LNG. Again, we like this name in time if we're going to be exporting natural gas. Stuck at the 200-day. Gets on the 200-day, going back to the channel at 30. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Please subscribe. If you go to the www.thetradingagent.com and want to jump on the newsletter again, there will be an intro email and maybe one follow-up, and that's it. After that, I will start creating content in time for that, because I think ultimately there are some things that need to be said via email about whether it's the markets, pay yourself, logical thought processes of trading that just, it might be better have an email versus buried on a Discord room or buried on a Twitter message or buried in who knows where. Again, I think that's worth it. Hopefully it'll help out. Again, there will be no spamming. I think people know, like, you either love to be, again, you love being a student of trading and you love helping people out, or you do what you always do and you try to figure it out on your own, and it's hard. Again, the community is the goal here. Again, not that everyone has to do everything always the same and follow one person, drink the Kool-Aid kind of joke, but the goal is to just, again, be evidence-based, be able to bounce ideas off each other, be able to be honest with each other and be like, hey, don't buy AMC and GameStop for the long run. They're meme stocks. They're crap. People listen, make money. Hey, and November 2020, hey, you probably want to unload Tesla for the long term. It's been on an epic run. Straight line moves, end move. All right, bear market starting. All right, be ready to trade it, which we have. Have we been perfect on the entries? No, but we've done really well. Again, the goal at some point is when the bull market starts, we will be printing money, because that usually gets easier. Oh, no, that doesn't. It will get easier, and it's going to be a commodity-based bull run. And again, when the money comes out of tech, think of all the trillions of dollars, and they go into these smaller market cap, low single-digit PE commodity companies. You name the sector, I think they're going to cook, and they're going to cook for a couple years, and you're going to see the 1,000% percentage returns. And hopefully, you don't make it just 1,000%. You trade it well. Buy low, sell high, expect pullbacks, even in bull markets. So, here to help. Please let me know what I can do. Talk to you guys and gals later. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.